All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Credits. I'm your host, Matt Diaz, and we have a great show in store for you. We are going to be talking about the premiere of Luke Cage. We're going to be getting into some a discussion on typecasting, so certain actors can never get out of their same roles. And then a little later in the show, we're going to be doing pick your 3 best fictional character that best describe you guys, but the twist is somebody else will be picking it instead of themselves. That'll be a fun game. So before we get started, I'm going to introduce my panel. To my right, we have our 3 lovely panelists over here. Way down there, we have the infamous Chris Markcity, who's been on every episode so far. How you doing?
Doing well.
That's good. Next to you, you have from cosplay fame, Miss Diana Rodriguez. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. I like the...
Yeah. Been practicing all morning.
All morning for that?
All morning.
Oh, fantastic. And to her right is the host of Tonight's Tonight.
He always gets the directions.
Her left, yes, yeah. From my right, anyway.
Next.
And
Finally,
Mr. Chris Nielsen from Tonight's Tonight, everybody. Wow, yeah.
Yelling and clapping.
Yeah, all that. Look at that. You've been on for every show, too, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe the clapping wasn't necessary.
No.
Either way. Regardless of that, we have some breaking news. We just, literally 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes ago, we had some breaking news come forth to me and us, I think. And so we're going to talk about it right now. So it's just been announced that Jon Favreau, the director of Iron Man and the new Jungle Book movie, which, by the way, almost made $1 billion in the box office worldwide. Almost. Not just yet. He's now signed up to be remaking the Lion King movie, live-action Lion King movie. Guys... What are we thinking? We'll start way down. Oh, anybody?
It's unanimous. I don't know. We all know.
Give me the pen.
No.
Give me the pen.
No, give me the pen.
Give me the pen.
No.
There you go. All right, that's our no pen. And also introducing the no pen. We have the no pen here.
Oh, I'm like, it died.
It's a no twice.
No twice. So
we talked about it right before the show started. Yeah, I don't think any of us are really looking forward to a live action
I'd still
Lion
probably
King.
watch it,
I mean,
though.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll whether our opinion, I think we'll still watch the movie.
Yeah.
But as far as
I tried justifying the past few live actions, they're very, very classic, very old Disney movies that maybe need a refresh. But this is within the past 20 years. It's still very fresh. I mean, it's cited as one of the most perfect. Animated films at the time.
It is categorized one of the best animated films ever made.
So I don't know why it doesn't. It's not one of those things that needs a remake. It's not something that needs a live action, especially because they're all animated. They're all. There's not going to be
not
any.
Mowgli,
Yeah, it's
where
not
you
like there's
have
going to be
one
Mowgli.
human.
There's no live people in it.
How would you cast for that? Just voice? I mean,
just
essentially, it's an
voices.
animated movie.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
It's
just
just a
But how do you
CGI movie.
recast so many iconic voices that I mean, this
I mean,
is
he did
the
a good
Lion
job with
King.
Jungle Book.
That's true. But there was a bit of a gap between the animated Jungle Book and the live action Jungle Book.
Yeah.
We still have Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick.
Couldn't get them back.
Yeah, I mean,
Not the same. Oh my gosh, James Earl Jones.
yes.
Yeah, we have everybody.
Would you get them back just to do a live action version of the movie?
I
mean, does that make sense?
Well, we can't
that?
do Jonathan Taylor Thomas as Baby Simba.
No,
So.
we can't do that anymore.
But I know when what was it? Aladdin went to Broadway. The guy who originated the voice of Jafar played Jafar. So I mean, there is a little bit of a precedent of original people, actors who originated Disney roles being able to reprise it if it's done early enough. So maybe we could get Matthew Broderick. I mean, I'd really like to see Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane,
Team up again.
But who knows?
I mean, I think we gave Jungle Book a pass with the all CG animals and one human character, a real character, and now we have a situation where it's all CG. I think that'd be really interesting. I think it's slated to come out one of the unannounced Disney releases, which is 2018, 2019, maybe 2020. So we'll see about that.
Favreau's a good director.
He's a good, we're not doubting his skills, but I think it's unnecessary.
But it's like you guys said, there was such a big gap with Cinderella and Jungle Book, whereas, I mean, you can't even argue that kids, children now don't know it, because you have the Lion Guard on, the Disney Junior channel.
That's brand new,
So
yeah.
they know these characters, or of these characters, so.
And they're going back and they're remaking, I think, Dumbo soon.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it Tim Burton?
Those are ones that are it's long enough. It's okay. I'm fine with the reboot.
Lion King was in the modern golden age or whatnot.
Yeah, the Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
Renaissance,
The new Disney Renaissance. Let's go back and maybe do some of the older ones that do maybe need an update, like something obscure like the Great
Black
Mouse
Children.
Detectives. yeah.
Rescuers Down
Well,
Under.
they're doing also
Rescuers.
Mulan. Mulan was pretty like towards the end of the
Yeah.
It
Renaissance.
was. Yeah.
I mean,
it was
I'll be
after.
even fine with a Peter Pan live action version,
Yeah,
even though
that
we've
was-
seen many of those before. But I mean,
Hook's still my favorite.
Yeah.
okay,
same.
there you go. All right, so let's move on from that. I know we're kind of still heated on that.
Too hot.
So let's move on to the new Assassin's Creed movie coming out in this December. There was just some news that not leaked, but it was announced that all the past scenes. So
Like
this
the flashbacks?
Yeah, I wouldn't say flashbacks, but like the video game is based on a futuristic world where you can go into your ancestors' memories
yeah.
and then be that person in the past. And so in this case, they noted that the past scenes will all be in Spanish.
I think that's really cool.
I mean, as far as like, well, first, my first question is, do you think that spoiled the movie for you in any way by knowing that information? That you know that a lot of part of the movie is going to be in Spanish.
Well, I don't think so.
I wouldn't say it's spoiled, but it definitely took away some of the magic. Like, now you're not surprised, and it's
Right.
just like those trailers that give away the whole movie
Right.
within the trailer. It's just like, okay, well, I'm still gonna enjoy it, but I would have rather not. Like, if you knew that, I don't recall knowing that Inglourious Bastards ends up having like 4 different languages in it, and I think that kind of made it stand out, in my opinion.
Yeah, the only thing I'm a little bit hesitant about is that whenever there's subtitles on the screen, I'm focused on the subtitles and not necessarily the action. So that's the only thing for me is, having to read the subtitles might take away just a little bit of my focus. But, I mean, I don't have a problem. I mean, it takes place in the past. Why not?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's,
authenticity,
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I think it's a smart move to do that, but I don't think it was necessary to bring up that disclaimer.
Well, I think more people would see. I think it's good they brought the disclaimer because
Okay.
I think some people after the fact would have gotten angry because
Upset
that they would have to like people like you that want to read the. Sorry, people like you. No, that want to read
Dumb people
the
who are
subtitles
slow.
and not like always be able to pay attention to the like. There is that complaint. So actually, like bringing that forth before people actually go into the theater might be a good thing. So just kind of like
Okay.
get people ready for it. Like because there were things that like movies drop that like are kind of like trigger things that people get ready for.
Right.
Like there were a lot of people that were pissed about Finn being a stormtrooper. Like
Okay,
'cause, yeah, like that. But they brought that out early on so they could get all the people that would be mad about it, like let them rant and like cool off by the time. So I think letting people know that like Les Mis that all of it's going to be singing.
Yeah.
People should know that before
Shocker.
coming into the movie. I think
It is
maybe
a
it's a good
musical.
thing that they're like, hey, a lot of this is going to be Spanish. So I don't know. I think it's going to be immersive and cool because
Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
As far as knowing ahead of time?
I think they shouldn't have announced it, but I mean, you can't please anyone at the end
That's
of the day.
very true.
Yeah, I'm siding with Chris. If they know something that may cause controversy, even if it's something stupid like Finn being a stormtrooper, which makes total sense in
For the plot's sake.
Yeah,
it's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not like a
no,
plot
no, it's
spoiler
not,
at
yeah.
all.
it's not like it ruins character integrity or anything like that. But yeah, so I think letting people get angry about it well before it comes out so that they've calmed down by the time it's released, I think that's probably a smart thing.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'm moving on from there. So Angry Birds came out this
Yeah,
past
Angry
summer.
Birds.
Angry Birds, the largest I think the #1 downloaded app video game. I said that.
Sure, it's
yeah.
popular.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
popular. It's really popular. Yes. No, okay. I bet the audio
We need
people
a
didn't like
yes
that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Too
now
negative.
they say, you know what? Angry Bird worked. Let's make a Fruit Ninja movie now. Yeah, because that's the second largest
We
app.
just make
Downloaded
Tetris.
app.
Yes.
I still think there was more of a story going on, believe it or not, with Angry
Angry
Birds,
Birds.
with birds and then pigs and toppling, buildings. This is just literally slicing fruit that's in the air. I don't know.
Well, you
Like-
never understood the backstory. For all I know, he's slicing fruit to practice saving his
Maybe
family.
maybe
from,
those
like, the
fruits
ninja
did something wrong
warlords.
too.
Just make a
You know
ninja
his
movie.
story?
Don't make a fruit ninja movie.
Is it because you hate fruit?
and ninjas. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's fruit
Yes.
and ninjas. No, it's just completely
No, it's
unnecessary.
silly.
Again,
Yeah.
they're taking a popular, franchise, I guess, and they're just milking it for
all
money.
the money. Yeah, it's all about the money.
All the money.
I have no expectations. For this.
Zero. Like, as if your bar was here for Angry Birds, your bar was here, way down here.
Yeah, my bar was low for Angry Birds.
So it's like right here.
It's non-existent for this.
There's no bar.
What if Jackie Chan plays?
I would watch it. If Jackie Chan played, I think I would watch it. Because I haven't seen him in a movie in years.
Yeah, he did the last
Mr.
with Johnny
Miyagi?
Knoxville. Was like his last one.
He's taking some time
He did
off.
a movie with Johnny Knoxville.
He did?
Yeah.
Came out this year?
Recently.
Recently, okay, interesting.
Gobble it.
You know, if he is the fruit ninja of all, I don't know. It's weird. It's just
But
weird.
you're trying to force a story into something that
Yeah,
doesn't
it
need a story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a fun game in its time. I think it's kind of over. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time someone's like whip out their phone and you see them like playing Fruit Ninja.
It's kind of an extension of the board game thing that they were doing from like 2010 to 24. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Battleship, and I'm surprised
Yeah.
they didn't do like Risk or something.
We'll see Clue soon enough. I
Yeah,
think there's
the
already Clue
remake.
movie.
I love that movie.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
there
it's
you
a
go.
great movie.
Moving on from there, we have some rumors that the Punisher might make his way over to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. World. Even though Marvel's all continuity, same world, Punisher's from the Netflix series, from Daredevil Season 2, bringing him over to ABC and his style we've seen from Daredevil Season 2. Do you think that works well with the new edgy direction that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4 is coming up with Ghost Rider?
Well, yeah, because they're at the 10 p.m. slot now on Tuesdays, they can do a lot more. Like right off the bat in the first episode, we already see blood. Yeah, and it's like that was like something that like
blood, guys.
I mean, we usually saw kind of blood, but it was always like oh, somebody's got a nosebleed or
It's not
like
like
someone's got like
brain
a
splatter against
a
the wall.
gash in
You
their
can
face.
fix it with the tissue, but not these ones.
Exactly.
Okay.
But this was like, it was like a puddle of blood. It's like, wow, am I watching S.H.I.E.L.D. right now? And it's like, and clearly that's going to be, blood and Punisher kind of go together.
Exactly.
So I think it's going to be interesting, especially since we hear stuff about Marvel TV and Marvel movies now working well together.
Right.
It's nice to know that
TV.
Marvel TV is actually kind of looking out for each other, because it did seem like three kind of separate entities, like the Avengers MCU, then you have the Netflix shows, and then you had kind of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter off to their own thing. So mixing the TV shows, I'm excited for. And I think now, especially the vibe that I've gotten from the first episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season, it could actually tonally vibe.
So, Diana, for the person who's seen Daredevil but hasn't really got caught up into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., would that make you want to
Yeah, definitely.
watch
I
it?
mean, I think even just bringing on Ghost Rider got me excited. It's like, okay, I'm going to start watching it now because, like you said, it's going to bring a whole different... I think that was smart to bring Ghost Rider first and then, like, ease Punisher into it.
So if this rumor is true, which I don't see why not, it wouldn't be, yeah.
I would definitely start binge watching so I can catch up and get all excited.
I don't like how they use I don't like how they say Ghost Rider under season 4 for when they advertise, how they call it like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider. That seems a little bit too much. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing for Punisher to try to bring people in.
Last thoughts on the issue?
Sorry.
I mean, I'm glad that they're doing crossovers. I'd like to see, some others, like maybe some characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like maybe Quake, making it onto one of the Netflix shows.
Just like to keep going vice versa,
so,
right?
If that is real, I 100% approve of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd just like to see even more.
They've already
develop
confirmed
the
that
relationship.
they've already confirmed that Matt Murdock and Daisy went to the same orphanage. So there's that.
Nice,
So.
nice.
Okay.
All right, so when we we're gonna go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about Luke Cage since we're all excited for that. So we'll catch you back after the break.
Does your breath smell so awful you can never manage to seal that kiss? Ew! Are you so stressed you're ready to give everything up? Well, don't get all riled up. Take a chill pill. Not only is the chill pill a revolutionary stress reliever, it also reduces bad breath by up to 99.9%. You no longer need to worry about stressing yourself to death or scaring everyone you meet away. Chill pill can take care of both at once. The chill pill has been developed by the best stress chemists in the country to assure you the utmost relaxation. Letting loose leads to longer life. And if you're ready to get up close and personal, let the chill pill freshen that breath up for you. You'll finally land that second date. Try the chill pill and you won't be sorry. Available in any store near you.
My name's Suhaili, and I have an exciting app for all of you millennials out there who are tired of explaining technology to your parents.
Dad, just click on the icon that looks like a paperclip. No, it's up there. You just click it. It doesn't matter how many times you click it.
Introducing Techies. You simply put your parent's zip code. Techies finds hundreds of technicians willing to help. Once you find the perfect technician, you swipe right on their profile.
And that's how you attach an image to an email. Now click send.
Oh, thank you so much.
And if you purchase Techies Plus, for only $2.99, our technicians will even sympathize with your parents.
No, I can't get computers to work with me anyway.
I know, sometimes computers be crazy.
Techies.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are Beyond the Credits. These are my panelists here.
Hi.
And we're talking about season premiere, or the season premiere, world premiere of Luke Cage is coming out this Friday. The third show on Marvel's slate of Netflix shows, 3 out of 4, and then we're getting The Defenders after Iron Fist. So let's get right into it. What do we, based on what we have from the 2 seasons of Daredevil and the first season of Jessica Jones, what are we looking into? Even though we also know the character of Luke Cage from Jessica Jones, so what are we looking forward to the most to seeing him as a standalone show?
Well, I want to make there is a Punisher series as well, so there might be 5.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's going to be before or after the Defenders. It's kind of it's unclear.
Yeah.
They also announced a season 3 of Daredevil, and we
Which
don't know
I don't know how they're going to fit that
how it's
one
going to fit in there. So there's a lot.
I think they're doing Jessica Jones season 2 too. So they have all these sequels, but you don't know where it's going.
Exactly. I think they should just
Timeline,
stick with do the Marvel movie format. You'd have the introducing all the characters, big one, and you kind of figured after that. Anyway, so Luke Cage. How do we feel like going into it? We saw his character in Jessica Jones. Now he's doing a solo. I'm pretty sure this is after the events of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I think they're going chronological.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about this?
Well, are they? Because I saw the wife in the trailer.
Flashback?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe it's going to be
flashbacks.
heavily flashback because I feel like, I don't know, from the little glimpse that I got in the trailer, it seems like she plays a big part.
From the trailer, you do see part of his origin, so you know at least they filmed his origin. You're going to physically see his origin. So we just don't know if that's going to be chronologically, if they're going to start off
like
in the beginning,
Daredevil.
show how he did it.
Yeah, I
and
think they'll do that.
Yeah.
But did they really even show Jessica Jones's?
No.
I don't think they
No.
really. It was all
Very
touched on when they
little,
talked about her history with the Purple Man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I have powers. Deal with it.
Yeah.
That's
And we never
actually-
really saw the full extent of her powers because it did seem like she was trying to restrain herself
holding
from
her back,
yeah.
from making herself known. Because I mean Daredevil was very cool because he doesn't really have that much of a big powerful power set. He's not like he
not
can go
mutant
toe to toe
gene or
with Hulk or Thor, something like that. But
Right, yeah,
but now
so-
you have people like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage who have these powers that are really helpful, and he has Luke Cage has impenetrable skin. He can't be shot.
But I think it's
human
what
shield.
we learn about Luke Cage is going to tie into what we're going to end up learning about Jessica Jones because they were both experimented on.
Yes.
Probably
So we
by the
might learn
same
their
company.
origin maybe
Because
at
you
the
do
same
find
time.
out finally the company name and everything towards the end of Jessica Jones, so it's probably going to tie in, they're 2 out of how many that were experimented
Right.
on.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I saw that they really focused on the music of this, and it was just kind of cool. They brought a lot of musicians to develop the soundtrack, and something that stood out to me was they even mentioned even when he hits, it goes with the beat of the music,
Nice.
and I think
nice.
that's
Yeah, I
really
like that.
cool.
Yeah, I wonder what this this show's thing is going to be because maybe Daredevil had a lot of yellows or reds, lighting wise, and then to indicate the old yellow Daredevil uniform that they had, and then
Right.
Jessica Jones had the purple to emphasize Purple Man.
I mean,
It
Luke
might-
Cage's normal color is
Yeah,
yellow.
It's yellow.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say,
he's
I thought it was
probably gonna be
yellow.
one
It
of
was
those
like
things.
gold.
He's probably not going to put on a yellow shirt
Not
until
until the end.
the very
Yeah.
last episode. I'm betting that because that's his classic thing. It's not. But the thing is, it's
Will we
not
get
that
Power Fist?
weird of a thing. It's not like a Daredevil costume. It's just essentially
Him.
just
Yeah.
a yellow shirt and the chains that he has on his.
Yeah.
That's Luke Cage.
It's just him going out for a walk with his bracers.
Exactly. But something interesting about his power level being so useful, I guess, in what he's doing to try to take down like crime or whatnot, how that's going to affect all of Hell's Kitchen, knowing that there is this one guy that, hey, you try to shoot him, he's not going to go down. Like, and it's interesting that he's not. We haven't really seen a supervillain that he could go toe to toe with.
We haven't.
We're just seeing
haven't seen any villain at all.
We are like Mahershala
trailer,
Ali, who's from that's a hard name to say, but House of Cards.
Okay.
He's gonna. It seems like he's going to be the main bad, but he's his character. He's in charge of a gang. He's a gangster. He's not like we're not looking at a super powered individual here. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do there.
It could be interesting if he's more. The goal of him is Daredevil was trying to take down Wilson Fisk, and Jessica Jones was trying to take down Purple Man. Kind of be interesting just to see Luke Cage just try to just take down organized crime just as a whole. I mean, he's impenetrable. You can't get you shoot him, nothing happens. Like that's their biggest weapon against him.
Right.
I'm excited because it's just like I feel like with Luke Cage they're gonna have a more lighthearted feel. When you have Daredevil and Jessica Jones, they're pretty dark series, and Luke Cage I think they're gonna have a little more fun with it and still be serious.
I'm surprised you got a light-hearted vibe.
I
from it
think maybe
because
because of the music, but I
maybe.
feel like it's very like he has like a swagger to
There's a little
him
bit more
that
soul
like
to it.
yeah, exactly.
I figured like it was like kind of Netflix dark. From
I'm
the other shows
expecting it
I've
to be
been-
Netflix dark.
Sorry.
I'm expecting it to be Netflix.
Yeah, I mean,
dark.
I'm expecting it too. I think from what we've gotten from what we learned from this character so far, you can tell that he has a rich history, and we're about to dive into. Do you think we might see any cameos from any of the other characters we've seen so far?
Well, Rosario Dawson is in like all of
all
of
Rosario
that.
Dawson was in the trailer. I would like to make an amendment though. The guy who's playing the big bad, he actually does have a super powered alter ego named Cottonmouth. So we will see. We might see this guy turn into a powered individual.
Well, like Fisk, like we still haven't even seen
Yeah,
like him
the
turn
fullest-
into
yeah.
Kingpin. I'm curious about how Kingpin's gonna react once he hears, okay, now Luke Cage is on the scene. How is that gonna affect his business?
Right, and he's still.
I'd like to see him on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Vincent
Is he still
D'Onofrio
behind
was like-
bars?
Huh?
Did he still behind bars, or did he leave?
Well, I think he's
left.
behind bars, but he
barely.
might, if he is
Yeah.
behind bars, he's definitely still in charge.
He's still
of
like
the-
exactly.
yeah.
I'm
I'm not
in
doubting-
prison. I'm taking charge of this prison. And then he
Exactly.
did.
I can see him. I'm not doubting his leadership in the prison.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely something that it would be interesting to see. And then we mentioned
Rosario
Dawson. Yeah,
His night nurse.
Yeah.
She has been. She's almost like the Agent Coulson of the
She
beginning of the
really-
Marvel.
She's been in all three.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that they find a way to like just include her. And I'm kind of curious, like, what is she involved with in the bigger picture? Is she just here to help out all the heroes, or what is her plan for her? Since she's in, I mean, it would be a surprise if she wasn't an Iron Fist, because if she's they
of
put her
course.
in all of them. So like, do we think that she has a big prominent role when we come to the Defenders?
Well, I think she might still play her role of trying to,
Yeah,
heal
just
everybody
help.
up. Yeah, that she recognizes. It is really cool to see that role in a superhero like story, to really get because we usually see like the cop helping out to see a nurse
Someone in
helping
the
out.
medical field.
Yeah, exactly. Treating
someone like useful in
Exactly.
that sense.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's cool to I think it's cool to see her on all these shows because of how useful she would be to each of these people's lives.
Now, do you think we're gonna get maybe a glimpse of Iron Fist in this show?
I hope so.
I really want to see Danny Rand.
I don't know how I'm curious to see how they would do it. But
I mean,
People think that he is going to be introduced in this series.
I mean, we can
see why
see in
not.
two different
Yeah.
ways. I mean, we can have just like Luke Cage was introduced in Jessica Jones. He was just there. They found him away in the story, and he already had his powers. And so, do we all of a sudden Luke Cage is doing this thing, and all of a sudden we see this guy in a green.
Well,
we
might not.
Well, maybe not.
Well, that was less challenging because he was in a relationship with Jessica Jones. Like
He was.
is in a relationship with Jessica Jones.
Right.
in
But
the
I don't think it would be
comics,
too
so.
challenging to bring in Danny Rand and Luke Cage together because, in the comics, they're a duo.
Yeah,
they're
they're
the
a duo,
heroes
right.
for hire. They're like they said that
Can we see him,
he's
like,
not going to
buddying
be
up
a
in
hero
this-
for
in this
hire
show?
in this show. Like that's not going to be that side of Luke Cage yet. So maybe it's toward the end when they
Maybe.
decide, hey, maybe we should be heroes for hire or
I
whatnot.
kind of hope they meet at the gym. Like that's like the everyone's
just
gym.
working out. Like, hey,
You
wanna
lift?
do
I want to see
you lift?
the boxing gym. There's no weight.
So
I kind of want to see Foggy.
Foggy return.
Yeah.
As
I'd
a
like to
lawyer?
see- well, I mean, yeah,
The lawyer for
They-
superheroes.
law is something that they skirt in all of these shows.
You're right.
I mean, I was kind of hoping to see like Foggy or Matt in Jessica Jones. Didn't see him in that, but I'd really like to see him in that in Luke Cage. I mean, he could be breaking all sorts of laws. I think having a lawyer, I mean, that'd be slowly piecing together all these little things to make it set up for Defenders.
Like Defenders is legit. They got nurses, they got lawyers, they got like
And they do.
All civil servants.
yeah.
They're
Got a
working.
firefighter in there. Well,
So, I just lost my train of thought. So yes, and then the Defenders. We're all gearing up. We're leading up to the Defenders. We are getting to the point where we're getting like our Avengers of sorts.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that could become, it's like can we see that integrated into the movies after the TV show is done?
Yeah.
Since they've made this entire build up last point.
I'd like for them to, but still, because Marvel TV and Marvel movies haven't been working well together, and the Inhumans movies off the table, I don't know how likely it is. But I'd like to see the Defenders kind of mix with, even some of the new guys, maybe like Spider-Man or Doctor Strange. But
Make an appearance.
yeah,
Yeah.
it probably after Infinity War.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so that's all the time we have for Luke Cage. So when we come back from our break, we're gonna dive into some typecasting roles that some actors that you really can't get out of playing specific roles. So we will talk more about that after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. Chef Nicole here at our studio kitchen to tell you about the fantastic new breakthrough in cutlery, the Dyna Blade. This knife is the latest in cutting technology. Also, it's extremely safe to use. Okay, folks. Wow. Yeah, that blade sure does cut. Hey, Jim, where's Jim? I'm losing a lot of blood here, guys. Jim, can we cut, please? I'm really starting to feel woozy.
I love my new Dyna Blade. I can cut through anything. And it's super safe. Oh, I did it. Guys, I cut myself. It's not safe.
She's out, guys. Can somebody call an ambulance, please? And cut to the logo. Oh, God, where's her finger? Oh, God, I'm gonna be sick. I can't find a pulse. I
don't know what's wrong with me, Doc. I think I'm just having an existential issue, maybe. What if I'm a nihilist?
I know just a cure.
Gee, Doc. Anything.
It's called MDPL, multidimensional perspective layering, and it's known to have strong effects on the human psyche. It results in the restoration of confidence and a sense of one's place in the universe.
Oh, man, that sounds like the perfect solution to make me myself again.
Well, here goes nothing.
Side effects of multidimensional perspective layering include, but are not limited to, extreme fits of happiness, loss of agitation, loss of stress, thoughts of world peace, a new sense of connectivity with your fellow man, random acts of kindness.
All right, we are back and joined by my lovely panelists over here, Chris Markcity, Diana Rodriguez, and Chris Nielsen. And so right now we're talking about some actors. We're talking about actors here.
Talking about some actors
who like to play the role of a specific, not really specific character, but like they like to play a role that
they like to play themselves.
Is that not what you just said?
No, it's not. I said it in a different tone. Yeah, you didn't catch that. It's okay. But so they like to play the same character over and over again, and sometimes I'm not sure if they can ever leave that role. So let's see if we can name a couple of actors who've like kind of went down into this. I don't think.
Typecast?
Yeah, we were talking about this a little bit. We have some discrepancy. I disagree with some of the ones that you guys are coming up with. Yeah, all right.
So let's get
It's
started.
gonna be fun.
So who wants to get started? Anyway, Mark.
You haven't go.
Yeah.
You have some written down.
Well, Michael Cera, as an obvious, he always seems to play that man-child, that awkward man-child in like that indie feeling kind of movie. like Nick and Nora.
I wouldn't call him man-child
No,
as much
not
as like
man-child.
as much as like a
Man-child.
permanent like teenager.
Okay,
like-
permanent teenager, I guess is better.
This is the second time you use that phrase today. I don't think
Man-child?
it's
Man-child.
It does not mean what, what you think it means.
In the Jungle Book, they use man cub. So
Man cub.
Man cub.
Michael Cera, the man.
The man cub.
The man
Michael
cub.
Cera.
Yeah, but he got that role in Arrested Development, and it just kind of was like, he's good at that. Let's
Let's
just
just
keep
do
on.
that.
Yeah.
I've always like, have you ever read online where it's like, I feel like Michael Cera was just kind of on set, and they're just like, all right, let's just go with it.
Hi, yeah. You want to be honest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Kind of just like stumbled
need to
onto
be more
like
quiet.
a set.
Oh yeah, sure.
Don't critique my impression that I did on the spot.
That was a spot on impression.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so who else do you got?
Alec Baldwin. Always for me, he always seems to play that character he did on 30 Rock, that like businessman who like successful, maybe a little bit ruthless. I mean, he always-
Glenn Ross, he was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So he's often wearing a suit.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever
Like
seen Alec Baldwin
Beetlejuice.
not wearing a suit.
Beetlejuice.
Okay. Okay.
That's
That
a
was
good
my
point.
introduction
I
to
forgot that he
him.
was in Beetlejuice.
I forgot that too.
Yeah, I didn't think. I mean, the last movie I saw with Alec Baldwin was Aloha with Bradley Cooper, and I believe
You're
it
like
was
1 out of 10 people that watch
Yeah.
that movie.
Yes.
I saw it too.
Yeah,
There
and
you
I
go.
feel like he played a similar role. I don't think he had a suit, but he definitely was like on top of a corporation or running some
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing, and so I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, like fatherly or in charge or some
Yeah.
sort. Like he's
He's a leadership role. Yeah.
Yeah, leadership. There you go.
He likes to give you advice even when you don't ask for it.
Like even like a manager. I can see him like as a manager like in a grocery store or
But does it
something
work?
like
Because
that.
like a lot of people don't like his acting. Like when you're a typecasted actor like that, and you are typecasted in a role that like not a lot of people like. That kind of sucks for you as an
Yeah.
actor. That like the kid that plays Joffrey on Game of Thrones. Like I don't know if he's gonna get that much work after Game of Thrones, but he's probably gonna play like some sort of evil or meddlesome little, you know.
I don't know. I think it's easier for villains to break out
Really?
of that versus heroes to be invincible villains. I think people were like,
That's true. Once you do like comedy, once you're like a comedian, it's really difficult to see like that comedian transition into a serious role, unless it's like an indie where it's very like melancholy or something like that.
So one movie I really liked was The Number 23 because it had Jim Carrey playing that kind
Out
of
of
role.
See, for me, it's
Against
Eternal
type, yeah.
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind that does that
Same
for
one.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
same
I've
idea.
always-
Jim
I'm always
Carrey's
more-
another one. Just you brought him up.
Yeah.
There's also like a Final Cut. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
With Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Oh my
like
gosh.
there are those movies that are like so shocking. It's just because you don't see that
Right,
actor
well,
play that character, and I know sometimes I feel like that's the reason the film doesn't do as well, even though it's a good film. People just don't want to see that actor play that kind of character sometimes.
But people were like appraised him for a 1 hour photo, and
Yeah.
like no one ever thought he would play that role as well as he did.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do I have Danny Trejo.
Danny
I
Trejo.
love him. He's one of the few that like I normally don't really like typecast because I'm like, come on, do something else. But with him, I'm just so happy.
Like, if
Every
he's on
time
the
he's in
screen-
anything, I'm like,
Yeah, if you like the person well enough, it's okay that they're typecasted.
Yeah,
But if they're playing
exactly.
these roles that are just kind of like rubs you the wrong way, they might be good at it, but you don't really like.
well,
the
for me,
character.
that's Danny McBride. Like, I hate.
Yeah,
He's
McBride-
probably the greatest and nicest guy ever, and you'd probably want to have a beer with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to punch him in the face
He's
if I ever
always-
see him.
Yeah, like the vulgar, like immature kind
Yes,
of like
he's like everything I hate in a person.
like Eastbound and
good at
Down
it.
and
But
Vice
he's good at
Principals.
it.
Those like I'm watching Vice Principals right now, and he's
Okay.
like I'm watching him like yeah you're being Dana McBride and like everything else that I've
And
seen.
everything else that he's in.
Everything else.
But you know it's nobody else does that. So no one else does Dana McBride like Dana McBride does. So
Right.
it's good that he's an actor that's out there. So it's not always like a lot of people talking about
Yeah,
typecast. A lot of
yeah.
people don't like typecasting. They think that like it
I mean,
shows that the actor isn't a good actor.
Yeah.
Right.
But acting doesn't always have to do with the range of kind of characters you can play.
Very true. I mean, for the to use other words, if the shoe, what's the
shoe fits?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
shoe
yeah.
fits. Yeah, don't I forgot the phrase.
Don't throw it out.
that-
Like,
that-
where are you going with that?
Or if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to get. Something about a shoe involved in
There
there.
we go. If it's
Yeah.
a shoe.
And a little lady lived in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
If a shoe's broke, don't wear it. Yes.
If there's a hole in the shoe, do I still wear the shoe? Or no? Yeah, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That, essentially,
Yeah.
that could be like their mentality. It's like, I'm good at it. They keep paying me to play the same role, so Why don't I play the same role?
Some people get stuck in it though.
Yeah, like sometimes
Yeah.
it bugs me for like Aubrey Plaza is one I can't stand. I love Parks and Rec, but then it's like when you watch Scott Pilgrim, you saw her in the World of Warcraft commercials, you've seen her in Funny People, Dirty Grandpa, like all these movies. It's like we get it. You're sarcastic.
Yeah,
She's like that in real life too.
And I'm sure she is, but it's just like
Aubrey Plaza always just plays Aubrey Plaza.
yeah,
it's just them.
like it's just like and her character doesn't rub me the wrong way or anything. I'm just tired of it.
And
Tired of seeing, yeah. Then maybe oversaturated.
Yeah. And it's not even that challenging of a character because all you have to do is like have a monotone voice and look deadpan.
That's really good.
You know,
That was really
so
good.
it's like not like it's not even a challenging typecast.
Another person that comes to mind from I guess comedy to action is Jason Statham,
Right.
which I feel like every time like okay, the mechanic. Or
all these jobs,
the
all these
mechanic,
jobs,
the transporter. Yeah, it's like so. It's just Jason Statham playing somebody else who's going to be doing all these action moves and driving a car and falling off cliffs and same guy and even Crank, same guy.
Yeah,
he plays the same characters.
Yeah.
And but then when I saw the movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy, that role he played like. He's like, it's almost like I've seen things. And he never really, like, he wanted to be like the spy action guy, but he was doing it poorly, but he's done all these crazy things. And it was like in a comedic way. So, like,
I think it was only funny because he was typecasted.
Yes, exactly what it was.
So it worked in his favor.
It was almost like that movie was like the opposite of typecasting almost, because like they typecasted certain characters, but then like with Melissa McCarthy's character, she was like a hefty woman who should not be a spy.
She was just working the phones.
He was working exactly, and then like every time she went like a secret agent, they would get her like this cat lady outfits and this stuff like that. Like she was like she was a cat lady. She was like like a mother or something like that. I forgot. But either way, they gave her those roles because she looked like that. And instead of being like this, I'm a spy. I can do martial arts and karate and stuff like that, and whatever the spy does.
So then Melissa McCarthy is another one that's become typecast. Like the last couple of things she does, she's basically, in my eyes, she has become the female version of Kevin James, who also has been typecast a lot.
I see it.
You know, it's just like you do all these wacky stunts. It's a slapstick comedy.
Slapstick comedy, yeah.
You know, and she does it well.
No, I think she's a lot better than Kevin James does. Yeah.
I don't know. I like Kevin James.
Look at their history. They both have a long-lasting show on cable. And she has Mike and Molly. Kevin James had a King and Queens, I believe it was. Yeah. And then now they kind of branched off into
like
their own movies. Yeah.
I think she's been more successful because then he did Paul Blart, and that's where it went downhill.
That's when he did Paul Blart.
Well, he was kind of like running in with Adam Sandler's kind of fame, so Entourage and everything with David Spade. And
which probably like all of them probably could be on the list, like David Spade.
No, yeah, it's true. I mean,
Adam Sandler.
I definitely put Adam Sandler. He always plays the man-child.
With Adam Sandler, it's accurate.
Yeah.
The man-child who somehow still scores these smoking hot women, where this would never happen in real life.
Not to a man-child. Not to a man-child. I mean, even like, and then I guess everyone has like that one role that they play, and then his was Sucker Punch Love or something like that.
Punch Drunk Love.
I love that one.
He just makes
I had the words there.
It's that one that you see that's like it's a drama. It's out of it's not.
It's out of the norm.
He plays somebody with a mental disorder, like
he had an anger problem.
Yeah. And it's really cool to see him do more of that. But in a way, he was still kind of playing that, like older character with that immaturity, that young kind of aspect to him that rings true.
See, the only one that I really love Spanglish, because I think it's the only time I've seen him be something pretty different. Like, he's still a dad. He does the dad role now a lot. Yeah. But there is just like this authenticity to him that I've never seen in any other movie, where he just wasn't the man-child. Like it's almost like he was the only one that wasn't wrong in the movie.
Yeah,
almost.
Exactly.
But there are people that typecast themselves too. I heard recently that Christopher Lee purposely tried to get a role as a wizard before Lord of the Rings was even being talked about to be a movie, because he wanted to when Lord of the Rings eventually became a movie, he wanted to be a wizard. Didn't matter which wizard, he just wanted to be it. Because
So
when
he
the
was
books came
planning
out,
out
It was
the
a
typecast.
preemptive.
he's old enough that
typecast.
Christopher Lee was old enough that he was able to read read the Lord of the Rings when they first came out. Huge fan starting off, so he's like, yeah, I want to be a wizard. So his whole career goal was to typecast himself so he could eventually play a wizard, and he did, and that's really cool. Yeah, so he played all these supervillains. He played his Dracula was awesome.
Right.
And then Count Dooku in Star Wars. So he's like. But he's perfectly happy with typecasting himself because it was that ultimate goal to do that.
Right, exactly.
Some people get stuck in it and they're just like, oh, I have to play this role over and over again. I see Benedict Cumberbatch seeming like he's probably going to start getting sick of all these very intellect. Yeah. That's always even Doctor Strange. Even though it's a superhero movie, Doctor Strange is that character as well.
He's still a doctor. I mean, who knows a lot about? I mean, exactly. And then another, I guess, rephrasing of the word typecasting. You have those that maybe want to get out of that role, but they can't because they're so known for that one character that they play.
That one role.
That one role. I'd say one that comes to mind is Danny Radcliffe as Harry Potter. He played that throughout all of his childhood. Yeah. And I forgot the final age that maybe he was in his early 20s. Like 24, I believe, 23, 24.
By the
last movie, yeah. And so now you see him trying to I don't want to be Harry Potter. I want to be doing. Now he's doing all these indies movies.
All the indie
movies. Stage work.
And stage work, right? And so
trying to get to the heart of acting, I guess.
Right, and so that's he's trying to get himself out of those roles. I feel like a lot of people, or even child actors, they only got they were good when they were a child, but then they couldn't really move past some of the being a child, and then they couldn't move on as grow as an actor. So
Carrie Fisher was never really able to leave that, leave Princess Leia behind.
Right.
Mark Hamill wasn't able to leave Luke Skywalker behind, face wise.
Right.
But we got to give, he gave us the Joker.
Voice actor.
Yeah, so he got a voice actor from it. That's a little different.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder
Harrison,
I wonder how Samuel L. Jackson feels like.
That's one that we.
That's
kind of
like when you mentioned, the comparison with Jason Statham, where it was funny because he was typecast. That's how I feel about Samuel L. Jackson. Pretty much plays the same thing for everything, but I loved him in Kingsman.
Yeah,
because that was the one time it was a little different. But I think because it was Samuel L. Jackson playing this sensitive, almost character that can't even see blood because he's gonna pass out and has a lisp. Definitely made it that much more hilarious and believable.
And,
I think his new movies looks like he might play a little out of type. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Oh, right.
He looks he looks different in it. I mean, at least his look does. So we'll see.
And then last thoughts on typecasting.
Well, Johnny Depp, originated in 21 Jump Street, and he was cast from then for his early 20s as the teenage heartthrob for everything, and he hated it. He hated being in that role. And I think it was Edward Scissorhands that was really his breakout character role. And from then on, if you notice his roles, he only really wants characters because he doesn't want to get he never wants to play the same character twice because he doesn't want to get caught in a typecast again.
What makes sense is he's an actor that wants to grow and keep doing different things, which makes sense. So we're going off to break right now, and so when we come back, we're going to be talking about Disney characters that best describe each of these panelists, but the panelists are not picking their own. They're picking.
Does it have to be Disney?
No, I didn't say. Did I say Disney?
You did say, yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about more of this after. We'll see you after the break.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
The end is upon us. The sun is setting on Sasha's Castle 7. Its days are numbered. We will soon only be left with the memories of this place, just as the ones that came before it. After 10 years, it's time to move on. We may be leaving here, but they can never kill the idea or the way of life we've created, no matter what. The Sausage Castle will continue forever. The time has come to say goodbye. See you at the very last Sausage Castle 7 party ever, October 1st and 2nd, Saturday and Sunday. Much love.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Beyond the Credits, and we are going to have like a little fun segment.
Yay, fun.
Yeah, some fun, because we haven't been having fun already so far.
Oh, no, this has been miserable.
Yeah, I figured. So this thing's been floating around Facebook, and it says, like, best describe yourself within 3 fictional characters. And so it was brought to our attention that we should bring this onto the show. But instead of you describing yourself, we're going to have the panelists describe the others. So a little bit of a backstory here. Chris Markcity and Chris Nielsen are roommates. Yeah, these guys. They've
been roommates for like 3 years.
3 years, exactly. So they have a lot of history here. I think so.
3 years worth.
3 years, yeah. 3 years of long history. And so I think it'll be fun to, if Chris Markcity will describe Chris Nielsen in 3 fictional characters, and then vice versa. And then Diana's going to say hers.
Because I've known them for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And so we're going to have her do as a first impression deal what she thinks of them so far.
Which one of you has upset me the most?
Well.
So Chris Markcity, we're going to start with you. And name your first actor. So
wait, start with the ones that he chose for...
No, we one at a time.
No, which is it? His fictional characters or my fictional characters?
He's going to describe you.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
So we're going to do the first one. So which character did you choose for Chris Nielsen?
My first one for Chris was Ben Wyatt from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the image there.
I mean,
I can see it
kind
already.
of enough said, but
I'm pretty sure. I feel like he has this picture in his bathroom, and then like does his hair like.
It's not a mirror, it's just a poster of Scott. But I mean, his character on Parks and Rec, it's the kind of a hidden nerd.
Okay.
And you're not so hidden, but
you're not so hidden. Yeah, this is a bigger hole.
I'm on the show.
Hidden for Beyond the Credits.
You're gonna ruin his street cred.
Right. What little I had left.
So why did you pick Ben? What's his name?
Ben Wyatt.
Ben Wyatt. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with Parks and Rec. So what about his character that made you think of Chris Nielsen?
I actually messaged one of our other roommates and asked him for advice, and he gave the type of character.
I did the same thing.
The same roommate.
The type of character that he suggested that, like, a fictional character that Chris would be is the type of character that you think is an ass originally, and then you get to know them and you realize that they're not.
So, you know what?
That tells all I need to know about how Anthony thought of me first.
So, I mean, like, when you meet Ben, he's the mean one, with Chris Traeger being, like, the very friendly one. And then when you got to actually know the character and you got to have more than one episode on the show.
So you see, you're not bad. Not mean.
I just seem bad. I just seem... Okay.
So you're not... All right, so there you go. Back forward. What do you think of Chris Markcity, Chris Nielsen?
Oh, my first one for him?
Your first one for him.
Oh, I guess... okay, put up the first one because I forgot which actually won.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, I did another Parks and Rec one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is
you guys are big fans of Parks and Rec.
Yeah, we're huge fans of the show. So there's times where it's like, you just did that exactly. It's like, So, I picked, Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec because you do a lot of things similar to him.
There's a lot of Dwyerisms.
There's a lot of Dwyerisms, yeah.
Is that a prise in the show?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, you have no idea? Okay.
Yeah, like...
This Dwyerism.
You wouldn't know.
Like his famous line, like, I tried to make ramen in the coffee pot and broke everything. Like, that's something that I feel like, like, you were trying to cook and broke our apartment somehow. So.
If there's something like, if he came running to your room, he's like, yo, I just broke everything by putting ramen in the coffee pot, you're like...
I'd be like, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
No, but like, like there's some things that aren't like Andy about you. There's like, but there's some things there that like I feel like
if people view me as a lovable idiot, I'll take that.
Okay, all right. So you're okay with that? You're okay with being, well, by your words, lovable idiot?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine. Okay, all right.
The important part is that you're lovable.
You're lovable, yes. All right, so let's bring it back to you, Markcity. What do you give me another character that describes Chris Nielsen?
Nick Wilde from Zootopia.
Is that the fox?
Oh, okay.
The fox.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Yes, Jason. So, no, Nick Wilde.
Right. Sorry.
The
No,
fox
I mean
from
he's
Zootopia.
talked by
Fictional.
Fictional, not
voiced
Jason.
by Jason Bateman.
Okay, there you go. What makes the fox?
What does he say?
Like a quick
does the
personality
fox say?
thing from like the Wikia for Zootopia. It talks about his personality. It's like generally charismatic, sociable, wisecracking, highly intelligent. I mean,
Thank you. Wow. I
You're
just
right.
called you.
You are a Ravenclaw.
You are a Ravenclaw.
And then topping on top of Pottermore, he's also your Patronus is a fox. So
It's true. That's a new thing. Yeah, on Pottermore, the Patronus is quiz.
You can pick your own Patronuses.
No, you can't pick it.
Oh,
it picks for you. Yeah.
So it
no matter
does
how many
survey?
times you retry.
do you have to like pick a you have to take a survey or something?
Yeah, they just give you words, and like based on like intuition and like timing, you just pick it. And I got Fox, so yeah.
So out of random, you got Fox, or out of
No,
You
based no.
follow-
There is a quiz, so it's based off like
I see. Okay.
I'll show
All
you
right.
later.
Yes. After the show,
Yeah.
I'll pick my own Patronus, and then we'll
On the next show, you'll reveal your
I'll
Patronus.
reveal
Yeah.
it.
Do we continue?
There you go. So what was your description again?
Charismatic, sociable, wisecracking, intelligent, shifty, sly, mischievous.
So
Shifty.
Well, I've heard like you guys play pranks on each other. So who's mainly instigating the pranks?
I usually try starting it, but he usually ends up winning.
I mean, well, mine are usually successful, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I guess
yeah.
it makes sense that he's
He's
the
Andy
sly
Dwyer.
fox.
Yeah.
I got like an old used Xbox that looks exactly like his, and when we first moved into like our new place, I had it to hopefully when he was moving his Xbox, I would try to carry his Xbox and then drop the fake one. I had this whole plan set up, and
For like
over a year, I was waiting for the right opportunity, and
Okay.
it just never came.
So he just eventually went,
just
this is
revealed
my
it?
plan. Yeah, no, he didn't just reveal it. He revealed it one time. He walked into my room. He's like, I've had this prank for like a year. And he just like goes through the whole thing. I'm like, okay, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Too bad you didn't do it, but I will do it.
Yeah.
I'm a sly fox.
You
All
don't
right,
use the Xbox anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
all right, so Nielsen, what do you got for Markcity? What's your next pick?
The next one I had was Andy Bernard, another Andy from The Office.
Again, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I'm
you're okay with it.
So
Yeah, yeah.
what about his character that makes you think of?
Well,
Markcity?
you know, they both aspire, to be actors or what, yeah, but they're
Aspired. No.
Well, I mean, okay, you are an actor, but
Yeah.
it's like his whole thing was like,
Successful
hey, I'm gonna be an actor. I'm gonna sing the song. I'm gonna be buddy with everybody. It seemed like when we watched The Office, it seemed like you're like, oh, I do that.
I did
sometimes. Yeah.
identify with Andy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So this is no surprise that to see this character up there.
No, that's up there with one of my favorite characters from The Office. So
Okay, so that's almost a compliment
Wow,
then.
narcissist.
He dresses way
Narcissist.
more.
Your favorite character is the one
preppy.
that reminds you of you.
oh yeah,
All right, let's bring it
Well,
back.
Andy's a little bit narcissistic, so it works. It works, seriously.
Let's take it back over to Nielsen or Markcity for Nielsen.
for his third.
Yeah, for third and final.
I don't know how you'll feel about this.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about it already.
Mike Wheeler from do the picture.
My bad. There you go.
From Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I see. I saw that. Just because you found a kid that's as white as I am, like.
You want to explain why it's a little kid from
honestly,
Stranger
when I
Things?
see Mike, I kind of assume that's a little bit how you were as a kid.
Everything that happened in it was exactly like I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons.
It's actually a biopic.
Really, it's a biopic.
It's a story.
No. I identified with him. I guess I related to him a little bit. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, oh wow.
Like Mike from.
No, I love. He's one of my
we didn't
favorite
call you
characters, but
Will.
it's still
We didn't call you Barb.
It's a nobody likes
I
Barb.
want to be Barb.
You want to be Barb? You want to be dead? Or spoiler, I'm sorry
find a
guys.
way.
For those who haven't seen it,
Spoiler.
Barb is dead.
Hey.
So we have Apparently,
My
we just
turn?
apparently we just lost our director because I spoiled Stranger Things.
Oh no!
No,
Oh,
so
come on.
I'm so sorry.
It's been out for at least a month now.
And I mean that's my anyway. Regardless,
There's so much laughing in the back.
a lot of laughing back there. So do you agree this was a biopic of your life?
No.
No, okay, it's not. None of the stuff
No,
happened
I
to
can
you.
see where he gets it though. Yeah. So.
Did you used to play board games in the basement?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Do you
but
love
like it wasn't.
waffles?
Do you love waffles?
Sure,
Yeah.
waffles are
Do
okay.
you
Yeah.
suggest?
What was like the main thing that you just like saw in this kid?
Well, tell him what the scene is.
Huh? Oh, apparently this scene is right after he kisses her.
Oh.
Kisses.
Okay.
Apparently it's right after. It's like the most awkward picture. Matt could
Okay,
find.
good. Well, I'm glad you picked the most awkward picture.
Yeah, I picked the most awkward picture to find. And so, anyway, let's just
Moving on.
Moving on. All right.
on.
So, your final pick for Markcity.
Oh yeah, my final pick was yeah. Just put up the picture.
Just put up the picture. Okay.
So, like he said before, the first thing I did was our other roommate, who he doesn't live with us now, but we lived with him for like 3 years, and I was like, okay, you got to help me out with Chris, and the first thing he gives me is Dory, because he's forgetful but well-meaning, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like you were like you there's stuff that we'll tell you like an hour will pass, and you're just like, wait, what? So it's like it's short-term memory. It's like, remember that yesterday? No. But you're well-meaning. Trust me. You're helpful.
I like all of yours.
That one. Yeah. Now I'm worried about yours.
So you're okay with being Dory?
It's a female fish. Like it's far away from what you are. You're a male human, but it still kind of works.
It does.
All right. So Diana, what did you pick for these lovely gentlemen over here?
Are we gonna do? Can I just do one entirely and then the other entirely?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So for Markcity, who I've not had like a full-fledged conversation with.
Just know I'm gonna judge you on these.
Yeah. So I picked Scott Summers.
Okay.
And yeah, you're okay with that. Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Scott Summers.
I don't have any pictures.
No, Robin, but specifically from Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. More little Teen Titans Go than Teen
Titans Go.
Yeah.
The one with the big heads and the tiny bodies.
I watched Teen Titans. I saw like a small clip of Teen Titans Go, and I was like, nope.
No.
Nope.
And lastly?
And then lastly, Green Arrow, but not Arrow CW Arrow. I mean like the real Green Arrow.
Oh, the wise guy.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do we got? What do we got for Nielsen?
I'm a superhero. I'll take that.
Yeah.
So out of a first impression, are you agreeing with all those three?
She thinks I'm a superhero. Why not?
I don't know. It started off as like kind of like I don't know why I started off with like really nerdy. Like I started with Arthur and Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, and I'm like, nah.
So let's get into some Chris Nielsen. What do you have for him?
We're gonna
Quickly.
do Doug from Doug, and then Ash
Quail
Ketchum
Man?
from Pokemon,
You got to catch them all, Chris.
and then a little bit of Archer. I'm gonna go with Archer.
Archer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was trying to figure out someone who's like ridiculously sarcastic but not a jerk. That's kind of
He's
the
just an
heart.
idiot, though.
Idiot savant.
Idiot savant. Yeah.
So,
That's a nice way of little.
You know, we should do this like towards the end of the season to see like what my difference is.
Yeah,
like, how
exactly.
we've
We'll bring this
developed.
conversation back up, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. I know we're having a great time. I'd like to thank all of our panelists for joining us this week on Beyond the Credits. Chris Markcity, Diana Rodriguez, and Chris Nielsen. You have a good time today?
I did.
That's good. I'm glad. I had a good second. We had a good time. We talked about some Luke Cage, and next week we're going to be talking about some movies and TVs again. I don't know specifically, but we're gonna have some fun with
Westworld.
Westworld, yes, Westworld coming this Sunday. If you want to join the conversation or just see more of us and all the news that we talk about, hop over to our Facebook page. But Facebook.com/Beyond the Credits. But after that, thank you for watching Beyond the Credits, and we will see you guys next week.